Hey, y'all, this is Christine Deane, the Networking Diva, here connecting you with the resources and the people that you want to know to be successful. We live in an entrepreneurial world, and we are all about promoting business owners and all the resources to help make you do what you do better, faster, easier, whatever it is. We're going to make you stronger. Are you ready? Today's guest, I am so excited. Ooh, here he comes. Hey, Michael.
Oh my goodness, what huge shoes I have to fill. Like, you better get on to make people awesomer, Fritz. And I'm like, yeah, I can do that.
Well, you're going to have fun because you were telling me what you had coming up. And I was like, oh, we got to let people know about this because really, you talk about media kits, right?
Mhm.
What is a media kit? How do you use it? What good does it do you, right? I mean, these are all questions. People have heard the word media kit, but they may not have one. If they're not in the marketing space, they may not be familiar with it. And I know it can be really beneficial to promoting whatever it is that you're doing, right?
Right.
So, Michael, I'm going to bring you on as our resident expert on this. So, I'm just going to hand you the floor. Talk to us a little bit about media kits.
Sure thing. So, in podcasting parlance, a media kit or a one sheet, you might hear those terms used interchangeably. It's a piece of real estate that you can hand somebody to say, here's a bit about me. I would love to have an opportunity to be on your show. Here's my bio, my name, topics I can cover, all that kind of thing, all of my accolades, and a handy way for you to get in touch with me if you think I'm a good fit. So there's been a lot of them I've seen over the years. There's been quite a few that have some fairly big shortcomings, and there's a reason why they don't work as well as they should, especially in this fast moving TikTok brain age where people have, 7 seconds to decide, yes, I want to have this person on my show. They're more likely going to say, I don't want to. Not that you're a bad person, but they just don't have time, right, to look through it. So that's what
We
a
are
media
all,
kit is.
yep,
Yeah.
all about instant gratification. I want it and I want it now, right? You got
Right.
30 seconds or less, like you said, 7 seconds to grab somebody's attention, grab them and make them go, ooh, I want that person. And
Right.
and you see the whole media sheet, the one media sheet, however you want to phrase it. There's a bunch of little terms for it, but basically it's all about it's your PR sheet, right? It's the one
Mhm.
that says, hey, look at me. You like me. You don't know it yet, but you like me.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, and I'll say specifically, the mindset shift that I'm working on with this masterclass coming up is changing the mind away from look at me to, hey, how do I make your job easier, Mr. or Mrs. Podcast host? How do I make it simple for you to say yes to me? I want to benefit your audience. Here's about me. Here's the specific information you need to know about your show, what I know in my background, why it applies to your audience, and just sum that up in a media sheet, media kit.
That goes right back to know your audience, right?
Yep.
So if you're
Hmm.
trying to appeal to those producers or whoever it is that's bring guests in, right? You want to know what is going to be my available means of persuasion to get them to say I want that person, right?
Yep.
So what can you do to make that easier? Absolutely, right? That just makes sense.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, so one thing which we'll talk about in the masterclass on Thursday is the taking a look at what kinds of shows that you really can guest on. So if you do a quick search, you say, "Hey, show me all the podcast categories out there." Apple Podcast categories is probably going to come up. That's fine. It's a good standard. Everybody knows what Apple Podcast is by now. Take a look through those categories and ask yourself, which one of these do I think I can bring value to? And for most of us listening to this, we're thinking, well, yeah, business, right? It's like, yeah, that's like a free bingo square. All of us listening are probably business owners, we're probably entrepreneurs. That's fine. I guarantee everyone listening has more facets to themselves that makes them a rich human being. Talk about your
Mhm.
hobbies. Talk about addiction recovery. Talk about what do you do with your kids? Do you have an awesome marriage? Do you want to talk about that? Do you want to talk about your religion? Do you want to talk about nutrition? What else, right? And so when you design media kits, multiple kits with that in mind, then whenever somebody comes to your repository of kits and they see their show category represented in that mix, they're going to go zoop and they're going to go right there and find out exactly what they need to know about you relative to their show and why they should have you on because you've got stuff dialed in specifically for that show category.
Absolutely. And that's a great point, right? We tend to, we got to think outside the box, right? Sometimes we try and pigeonhole ourselves a little bit too tightly. And I know as entrepreneurs, when you start getting into that space, it really can get really broad, right?
Mhm.
So my
Yeah,
background is communications, right? So coached in the speech and debate teams, right? So public speaking is an area that I love, right? But
right.
marketing, which goes really nice hand in hand with that whole PR side of it, right? And the business strategy and the coaching, right? You start adding in all those areas, my work with nonprofits, my work with veterans, right? That list just keeps growing, right? So my signature topics could be very broad, but would fit into a lot of different categories. And that doesn't mean you can't upsell something related, right? When you're on a podcast. So
That's right.
start thinking about what are your areas of expertise and what are you passionate about, right? Bring those ideas with you to the masterclass. Talk
That's
to us
right.
about the masterclass.
Oh, I'm glad you asked. So this Thursday, we're actually hosting a free masterclass, and what we're going to be talking about is how to build a media kit in this fashion, where we say, what can I talk about myself related to these podcast categories? But before we do that, we're actually going to get into some deep inner work. And I actually have people do a little bit of pre work when they register for this masterclass on Thursday, and they say, what do some self introspection and say, what is there about myself, and just go through the list of podcast categories. Do I apply to this? Do I apply to that? Do I apply to that? Everybody's got stories, and oftentimes
Mhm.
we forget what our stories are. We forget what makes us who we are. It's like I've got 43 years of experience in this life here on planet Earth. um, there's a lot of things that made me into who I am. What would apply, right? Do that deep work, and it might not happen right there during the master class, but once you understand, okay, I have something of value to give for people that listen to this kind of podcast, and now I know how to make a media kit about it, and I can add that to my directory of media kits, make that publicly available on something like Linktree or put it on your website or whatever, and make it crazy simple for people to come find you and ask you, hey, looks like you'd be a great fit for my show based on your topics, your questions that you've asked, your bio, your specific bio for my show. Awesome headshot, ready, set, go, let's do this. You're going to get a lot more yeses than nos doing media kits this way.
Ooh, I could even see a spot like on your LinkedIn profile, right? Where you have highlights and features and that kind of stuff. You could have different media kits so that you show up on when people are searching, right? Hit those keywords. I mean, ooh, there's so many ways we can use this. I love this, Michael.
Isn't that
So
fun?
I'm yeah, I can't wait. I love this space, right? And sometimes we're not as tech savvy and we don't know what it is. So you're going to give us some tips and tricks and be in the right space. So if you have something you want to promote, so this is for your content creators, right?
Mhm.
Your show hosts, your public speakers, your authors, your business owners, if you want to get onto podcasts, right? This is your space.
This
So
is.
come hang out on Thursday. So we already dropped the link. We scrolled it across. We'll do it one more time. And we dropped that link. So it should be in the chat area. So be sure to grab that. And let's make sure that you sign up because he wants to know that you're coming to play, right?
That's right. I need to know what I'm getting myself in for. So we got it capped at 40 because I want to make sure to give everybody a good span of time. I don't want to have like 500 people and then it's like, yeah, I'm going to have a head full of gray hair. But, at the end of it, I definitely I definitely want to offer some time, so 15, 30 minutes one-on-one with me if you're kind of stuck on something, if you've got some ideas, feedback, hey, this could have been done better. I love this part. Like, let me know because I want to make the next one better. I'm going to try to do these once a month, maybe
Nice.
once every couple weeks if it really gets going. And
Mhm.
there are some other cool things going on that I would love to share. It's going to be a free giveaway in here too. So
We
yeah,
like that. Who doesn't like free? I always say free is for me. Just saying.
that's right.
So sign up for that class. Now, you said it's going to be this Thursday. So, Thursday, for those of us that are numerically challenged, what day
I
is
love
that?
it. That's Thursday. It's Thursday. Okay, so it's Thursday, 11 a.m. Central Time. So this
Okay.
Thursday, the 6th of June, 6 6. That's cool. Just realized that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So at 11 a.m. Central Time. And for those that are numerically challenged again, that converts to what time do we say?
June 11.
11
So
Central.
11. So 12 Eastern.
And 9
9
Pacific.
Pacific, 10 Mountain, unless you're in Arizona. I don't know what time it is there. It's like 3 p.m. or something because they don't apply. They don't care about daylight savings, so I don't know what time it is there. So
That's
yeah,
okay. We'll forgive you. I'm sure they're used to converting it at least, right? But so that's this Thursday. Don't miss that opportunity. Come hang out, have a great time, learn some stuff, get some freebies. So once again, that is podcastify.me/MKM.
yep. Media Kit Masterclass, if that helps you remember.
Ooh, that sounds
Yeah.
fancy, doesn't it? All right,
Yep.
y'all. We plan on seeing you there. Report back and let us know what you think. We want to hear all about it. So, all my followers that show up, I want to hear what you thought about it. I want to hear whether it's good or bad because Michael wants feedback, right? So, I can't imagine anything being bad. Come on now, Michael. This is you. We know better.
I came out of the software testing sector. I've got skin like a rhino. If you've got negative feedback, I don't care. Data's data, babe. I'm good. I'm here for it.
All right. So there it is, raw, real. That's what we do around here. We're authentic. So come have some fun with us. And I look forward to hearing all about it, y'all.